I will be showing you guys around to tell you things about my community. But today we are at the oil well in my community, a community that is producing oil. Where they produce oil, no get light. This is where they are drilling oil in my community. You know, so I will show you guys around. Turn the camera around so that they can see it. No, we cannot have this kind of community and no lights. That's my major concern. But in a community where we have this and there's no lights in my community, that's my major concern. There's no lights. There's no lights. And then they drill oil here. Funny part is all these people, they are using lights. How come this shell is having lights and the community is not having lights? You are drilling oil in my community and there is no light, but you are using light to drill the oil. So you have to look into this. Honorable Governor Sheriff.
In some societies, this is grounds for a big communal crisis. Grounds for crisis that can lead up to a revolution. This is a ground for it in some countries. And then I made a video this morning talking about Ozoro community in Isoko North. This is also in Delta State, Agbaroto, I think. That's Abalo, my friend. And then you will be surprised to see the level of marginalization. You see the level. And then growing up, I used to remove government. I'll tell you a story. I'm not from an oil community, but I grew up in Benin. And I saw firsthand how government uses some of these explorers or private companies or multinationals to shortchange and marginalize the people. It is a deliberate attempt, a deliberate ploy by government and these multinationals to continue to marginalize the people. It's embarrassing, to say the least. You see Sabalo talking about oil exploration happening in his community, and there is no light. The same thing happening in Ozoro community. And these are grounds for serious communal clashes and crises. Ozoro has 20 oil wells. 20 oil wells. Yet the community government is doing everything only possible to underdevelop the community. The only thing the community can boast of to say they have benefited from government was the upgrade of that polytechnic to university a couple of years ago. That's all. Nothing more. No good roads, no power. They will come and put in. They will start a project, collect the money in full, and I said I'm going to do several videos on this. Let us say, governor, you need to come, you need to listen to me. This nonsense has to stop. This nonsense has to stop. Going to do flyover, beautifying Wari and Asaba. I see that is where the oil, the end where the lady got the egg. Where how far with it? Why are we this ungrateful? Marginalizing the people. How can you have oil and then exploration is still going on? They are still drilling oil and then the community. See this one. Huh? I'm reading comment and people cannot get it. You can't get it. You can't understand that it is an insult, it's an abuse, it's an aberration by all standard that you are drilling, having oil exploration from a community and they don't have basic amenities. I'll tell you a story. Growing up, we read of Guinness Nigerian PLC. Guinness Nigerian PLC is situated along the Benin-Agbo Road by Ramat Park Junction. Multinational company. Growing up, that was one of the multinationals we knew, right? We were told of a story one time of how Guinness, that is what they told us, of how Guinness Nigerian PLC wanted to, because of course they are doing a lot of things and they are polluting. So much pollution going on with what they are doing there. And I know they employ a lot of people, so I'm not here to critique all of that. But the community, the host community, should at least, I'm talking about the, is it Owe? No, not Owe. Oregbeni community, where that particular company is situated. We're supposed to have a school. There are schools that are there, Guinness should be equipping. They're supposed to have a standard hospital because you are doing a lot of pollution and people are living. People are living around there. People stay there, right? They are supposed to have good roads network. That's all. But guess what? What we're told that community people went to be collecting this money from Guinness because they're supposed to have this corporate CSRO, corporate social responsibility, and they were collecting this money from where. It was later when I grew in life and I was in a meeting and somebody mentioned that it is people from the government that goes to engineer some pressure groups from the community to see they should go and collect money instead of having those investments done. Because I asked exactly what, and then that is how these guys, because these guys will now use, they offer them even to appointment in government, the pressure groups. So when you are going there, be careful of who speak for you. All of you communities in there, be careful of who speaks for you. A lot of people, they are looking for a means to an end. They will do just anything. They will stand by any rubbish just so that they can find food to eat and push themselves politically into the scheme of things. So be careful of who you send as pressure group or members of your community speaking on behalf. They can sacrifice anything just for their selfish interests. But that is what has led all of those communities in this. But I will never remove the government. Because if you think that, members of the community, as we were told that members of the community of Oregbeni, they were collecting money, but you go around and you see that the community is not developed. They cannot have basic access to water. You are polluting their health, so at least they are supposed to have free drugs, free medication, eye checks, couple of head check, and available support for their well-being in the local hospital. Maybe a healthcare center. Their schools at least have basic chairs, but none of these people. So you see how bad things are. I'm speaking for, I was really comment today for my Ozoro video, and I felt really proud I was able to speak for them. Thank God Sabalo could speak for Ogberauto. I'm sure I'm getting that pronounced, but that's not even the problem now. For Ozoro, for Ole, I lived a couple of my life in, and I understand Emevo, I remember Bethel, I remember Emede, I remember all of those. So I have stayed there at least, and I understand all of those communities, and I know how well the Isoko people have been marginalized largely. But I'm not concerned about the Ozoro people, because it was them that had to go and pay to do a publication, to write an open letter. And people supposed to beg a government to come and fix their communities. People. And beyond that, I'm also saying, because I was telling you just now by Miss Wane, somebody wrote a long article to me and told me, Leo Ogo represented the Ozoro people or the Isoko federal constituency in the House of Rep for several years, over 20 years. I was told he's been there since 1999. At the point I was there, 2011, 2012, 2013, he was still representing the people. What about the local government chairman? What about the commissioners that represented them? What about the members of the House of Assembly? What are these people doing? Pressure groups. They go there to short. They go there to say they are speaking, and then they get their own appointment, or get their own court, or get their own electoral anointing, and they disconnect from the people. Zoro people, you people in data, they need to stand up. I've been told that this same thing is happening in Bayelsa. It is high time. See, this is where the next revolution should come from. We cannot even talk about Ogoni, because and all of these developments happening everywhere. We are using different tribes to run an NPC, whereas they don't have oil in their community. Different persons are different, and then you see how well this country, this genuine ground for revolution, in fact.